We're good? We're
All
live.
right, thank you. All right, good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to call this Board of Trustees meeting for Bamberg County School District. Today's July 6th, 2026, and it's approximately 6 p.m. Hope all of y'all enjoyed y'all's 4th of July week and weekend. I know there was a lot of things going on in Bamberg and in a lot of the communities in Bamberg County. And I hope y'all had a very good time eating hot dogs, shooting fireworks, and nobody got blown up or anything like that. On the agenda now, we were going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to
the flag
of the
United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all.
And justice
for all. And we will call for silence. Thank y'all. Next on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Board members, y'all had a copy of the agenda in your board packet, and hopefully you've had a chance to review it. What's the pleasure of the board concerning the approval of the agenda?
Mr. Porter,
Yes, ma'am.
this is Mrs. Hurst. I move that we approve the agenda as presented for tonight, July 6, 2026.
Thank you. We have a motion by Ms. Hurst. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Bloom. Any discussion? If not, thank you, Ms. Bloom.
You're welcome.
If not, all those in favor of approval of the agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, and the agenda is approved. Next on the agenda is approval of minutes for June 1st, 2026 and June 10th, 2026. Hopefully you have had a chance to review those minutes. What's the pleasure of the board concerning the minutes for June 1st and June 10th?
Mr. Porter, I move
Yes,
that
ma'am.
we approve the minutes from June 1st as well as June 10th after careful review.
Thank you. We have a motion. I think that was from Ms. Griffin.
Yes.
Do I have a second?
Second,
We have a second. Who was that second from?
Mrs. Hurst.
Ms. Hurst. Thank you, Ms. Hurst. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor of approving the minutes for June 1st and June 10th, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hear none, and those minutes are approved. Next on the agenda is the update for the Denmark Polar Middle School Continuous Improvement Plan, Turnaround Plan. Mr. Ulmer.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Got an update here on the Denmark Middle School Continuous Improvement Plan. Recently, we received an additional allocation of state technical assistance funds for comprehensive support and improvement, which is CSI, in the amount of $105,000. So that's an additional $105,000 that we will be receiving to spend in grades 6, 7, and 8 in Denmark. All Title I Part A regulations and state allowability guidelines apply to these funds. So we are very much, these funds are earmarked as to what we can spend them on. They can only be allocated for certain funds, for certain things, such as programs. So it says here that activities must be approved before implementation. These funds must be expended by, we have to spend them by June 30th of 2027. So part of this plan is the monies that we're given, we have to spend all that money during the next school year. Okay, nothing carries over from one year to the next. It says the continuous improvement plan must be approved by the school improvement manager That is the State Department. So we have to come up with these plans. We have to present them and upload them into the State Department's website. They have to look over them and make sure that the monies that we're spending, that it is allowable to spend on the things that we're asking for. All right, so that has to be uploaded, and they have to okay those in GIMS by August 31st, 2026. So that's where we are right now. We're still waiting on them to actually approve the last plan that we submitted. It was all submitted on time, but we're still waiting on them to approve it. And I think one of the reasons why they're kind of dragging their feet a little bit about approving that is because they have now given more money to spend. So I think they're waiting to see how people are going to spend the additional $105,000 that they're giving us. So just a short update on what's going on there with the CSI and the continuous improvement plan update. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So.
Good. Oh,
Any
Mr.
questions?
Can you, what was the date that the funds have to be spent again by?
It has to be spent by June
30th,
2027.
Okay.
So these funds are only good for one year. So we can't carry over anything from 1 year to the next. So anything that's written into the project, it's only allowable for 1 year. That money has to be spent. And then at the end of the year next year, we would have to write a new plan for the following year for whatever funds that they allocate.
Okay.
And what grades again, Ms. Selma?
6, 7, and 8. So currently they've allocated $140,000. This would be an additional $105,000 to the top of that $140,000. And that $140,000 that we've already received, $20,000 of that they've already okayed. The other $120,000 they have not. That is a mixture of both federal and state monies. Okay.
Mr. Almer,
Yes, sir.
can you make those plans available to the board at one of the board meetings?
Mm-hmm. Sure can.
As well as the Title I and Title II. I know that the board doesn't have to approve it,
Right.
but I believe that we really need to be able to see where this federal money is going.
Okay.
And I know that, one of the, we got criticized, I think, on social media one time by somebody who didn't know what they were talking about how our federal money was not in our budget. And I just know out of transparency, and I know that those documents are public knowledge, and I think our stakeholders need to be aware of how we were spending this money. So I think the board would appreciate if the administration would make those available to us and to the general public as well.
Yes, sir. Will do.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ulmer, do we need to have certain schools do continuous improvement plans on a specific basis, or is it that
They have been identified by the State Department as being schools who need improvement, who are non-satisfactory on school report cards.
and how many, for that rating lasts for what, 2 years or what?
3.
Oh, for 3 years, okay, thank you.
Certain designations are different terms, but this CSI here is actually a 3-year term.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Homer. Next on the agenda is the district high schools. I'm having a moment.
Yeah.
Staff recognition and student superintendent's report.
All right. Well, that's me again. I'm back. Superintendent's report. We've got a couple things that I'd like to talk about. Currently, Bamberg County School District's annual open enrollment for our district sick leave bank is open. It will run from July 1st to August the 10th. Emails have been sent to all of our current employees, letting them know what this looks like and what's expected if they would like to participate in this sick bank. Remember, we started this sick bank this past year. Bamberg County School District was selected as the recipient of a South Carolina Department of Education 2026 Instructional Leadership Accelerator Pilot Fund. The district will be awarded $250,000 to build instructional leadership capacity. This funding gives us a real opportunity to build leadership within our district. I would like to thank Dr. Charlotte Schlamp for writing this grant and spearheading this project. We're supposed to meet with the State Department on the 21st of July to get a little bit more information about this grant. But it gives us, like I said, the ability to build leadership capacity within our own ranks and within our schools. So we're excited about that. And Ms. Charlotte Schlamp, Dr. Charlotte Schlamp, if you're out there listening, we certainly appreciate what all you've done in this grant, and writing this grant, and like I said, and spearheading this entire project. So, Dr. Schlamp does a lot in this district. She's an integral part of this district, and I'm extremely proud of her for this grant and the other things that she does do for us. Would also like to mention that the State Department of Education has renewed Bamberg County's district's e-learning status for the 26-27 school year, and I would like to thank Mr. Ricky Paget for what he's doing with the e-learning, with what is required to have that done. So I'd like to appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Paget. And that is what I have for my superintendent's report for tonight. Does anybody have any questions about any of that? Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me. I was wondering, last year we also started the open enrollment for the sick bank. Were there a lot of faculty members or people that responded to it?
There was not.
Oh,
It was not.
okay. But you probably expect more people this year?
Hopefully so. Hope so. Hopefully in the beginning of the year, more people will be interested in joining the sick bank at the beginning of the year than they were last year when it was close to the middle of the year before we were able to get started.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Any other questions, Mr. Ulmer? We'd like to thank Dr. Shaw and also
Dr. Chalant.
Paget for their work and helping us attain first the grant and the e-learning status. We appreciate that. All right, next on the agenda is elective course approval for workplace skills 379921CW, college and career preparation 379985CH,
High school text.
work experience 379925CH, action-based learning grade pre-K 17992504, action-based learning grade kindergarten 17992500, and action-based learning first grade 179925001. Mr. Ulmer.
Well, since Mr. Corder spit all of that out, we actually skipped number 7 on the agenda. We'll go back to number 7 after we look at item number 8. I didn't want you to read all that in vain. So you have before you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the locally board. You have 6 courses that we're presenting in front of you tonight. Looking for your approval for workplace skills for Bamberg High School. Those are for 10th, 11th, and 12th graders with a minimum of a 3.5 GPA. They're able to go and work with other people inside the district to earn up to 1 credit. Bamberg High School is seeking your approval for college and career preparation 1. That is for a half credit. The target population and rationale is listed there. It is exactly what it says it is. It's trying to prepare kids for college. There is a syllabus listed. Okay. The first one that we talked about, workplace skills, is more of a students are going out into classrooms and into other areas of the building and actually working with faculty members. Okay, so it's not really a traditional class, whereas the career and college preparation is a class with a classroom setting with a syllabus attached. All right, and then we look at work experience. That is 379-925CH. That's also at Bamberg High School. That is a half credit elective, and that's a lot like the workplace skills, but these students receive half credit for 180 hours work per semester. Those students actually go outside of the school building to work. They may be working at Phoenix, they may be working at Pizza Hut, they may be working anywhere inside of Bamberg and in our community. Okay, and then we have the local board approved codes that we have traditionally asked for at the elementary school for ABL for pre-K, grade K, and grade 1 for action-based learning. Those students obviously don't receive Carnegie units, but we do have to have a class on their schedule for them to attend. While they're attending that, we have to have a code in Power Street. So those are the 6 classes that we're asking for you to approve tonight.
Okay, Mr. Ullman,
Yes,
excuse me.
ma'am.
I'm a little confused about these last 3, the ABL classes.
Mhm.
Is every child in pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade going to take that?
Yes, ma'am. All of them do.
Is it like a pullout, or it's like an elective
pullout.
once a week or something?
Well, it is an elective, but they're outside of their classroom, obviously. There is a lab where all those kids go, and it is used weekly.
Is this, who teaches this? Does the
Miss
OT?
Marietta Paget teaches that.
Okay. So it could be very active, they could be moving around a lot, or
It
they
does.
could be sitting and doing,
They're all moving around, yes, ma'am. That's what it is. They're on balance boards. They're working through little cones.
okay.
So it's total movement, all of it is. So,
Thank you.
yes,
Is
ma'am.
there any other questions for Mr. Almer? All right, here are the recommendation of the superintendent regarding these elective course approvals. What is the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion that we approve the elective courses recommended, A through F.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion by Ms. Eccles. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second, by Ms. Coker. Thank you, Ms. Coker. Any discussion? All those in favor then of approving these elective course approvals signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And hearing none, these are approved. Next on the agenda is the district high school textbook selection. Mr. Ulmer?
Yes, sir. So in front of you, we have 2 textbooks that we are looking to adopt. One is a McGraw-Hill Miller Pre-Calculus, and the other is a Anatomy and Physiology book. Both of those obviously are high school textbooks. So if you have any questions about either one of those, I'm open to any questions. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
First of all, has a pre-calculus book been used in the past, or is it a different book?
It's a different book.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Second
It's
of
a new
all,
development book.
okay, on this anatomy and physiology, I don't know if I read this right, it looks like $151.47
Mhm.
for a 6-year access package. Do we pay that much every year, or for?
We don't pay anything. Okay, if that book is lost or damaged
Oh,
beyond
lost.
repair,
Oh,
the student is responsible for paying that amount.
okay, well, what is the 6-year access package? Is it partly online and we can
Yes,
use
it
it?
also comes with a disc or with an online
Whatever, yeah.
capability, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I noticed that they mentioned the Lexile, which is a reading level, and I
Mhm.
thought that was good. Do the teachers generally consider Lexiles at the high school?
I don't know that it's often given, but a 1240 Lexile is a middle of the 11th grade, 12th grade Lexile level for obviously reading. It is a higher level reading, but you got to think about anatomy and physiology. There's a whole lot of vocabulary that comes with that, and that's an upper level science class. So.
Well, I was just impressed
Yes,
to
ma'am.
see that somebody mentioned that.
Who's going to be teaching that class?
I don't know. I don't.
Is this a new class?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Any other questions for Mr. Ulmer? Okay, here's the recommendation from the superintendent regarding these district high school textbook selections. What is the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the recommendation for the district high school textbook selections for pre-calculus and anatomy and physiology, sorry.
Thank you, Ms. Eccles. We have a motion from Ms. Eccles. Do I have a second?
Second,
I have a second. Who was that second?
Ms. Hurst.
Ms. Hurst?
Ms. Hurst, okay, thank you, Ms. Hurst. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of approving these textbook selections signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, those have been approved. Next on the agenda is first reading of Bamberg County School District Policy Section A, District Wellness, Policy ADF, District Wellness. Mr. Ulmer?
Yes, sir. Before you have Bamberg County School District Policy, ADF. This is not a new policy, but it is a policy that has a lot of updated language in it that was created and issued to us by the South Carolina School Board Association. We have gone through this and tried to make a little bit of changes to make it fit Bamberg County School District. Obviously, there's some things in here that we're going to need your opinion on and your guidance on while we move forward with the first reading. I'm going to ask you to look at it. Obviously, you see everything that is in yellow is new language from our old policy, ADF. It starts off with food and beverage availability in the second paragraph. It adds the language, the district is committed to serving healthy meals to students with plenty of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and new language, whole, reduced, fat-free. And it moves on to talk, and it adds limited and added sugars to that paragraph about what the district will be serving. If you move down into your bulleted section, it adds the language that's in yellow, using smarter lunchroom techniques, into that fifth bullet, where it says promote healthy food and beverage choices using smarter lunchroom techniques as recommended by the USDA where appropriate. If you look at the bottom in the last paragraph, you see that Skisbit actually marked out during the school day on campus, no competitive foods and beverages to the National School Lunch Program will be sold during the breakfast or lunch period. They omitted that or deleted it, and they added the district will establish standards for foods made available but not sold during the school day on school campuses. Turn the page. It continues to say Skisbit went in and removed will be determined by the South Carolina Department of Education, and added up is up to 30 fundraisers each, which lasts in 1 day in length, which is, to our understanding, any group that wants to have a fundraiser is entitled to have one fundraiser or a fundraiser for an entire day for up to 30 days. So any group in your school that wants to have a fundraiser where they would be selling donuts would be able to do that. So if you're in FBLA and you want to have a fundraiser where you sell cupcakes, you could have 30 days where you sold cupcakes. But after your 30 days were up, you no longer be able to do it. Now, if the ag group wanted to come in and they wanted to do donuts, they would be allowed to do donuts. So the language is changed from not able to do it to having up to 30 days of 30 fundraisers each group, which lasts 1 day in length. Ms. Hurst, I saw you waving your hand. Did you have a question about that?
I actually interpreted it just there would be 30 waivers.
Okay.
It didn't mean 30 days.
Okay.
I guess I got it wrong.
Okay. We can move on down. On same page, on page 2, under nutritional education, you can see where they added bullet number 1, 2, 3. They added bullet number 4, which says emphasizes reducing foods with added sugar. They added bullet 5, which is reducing sodium intake. In bullet 8, they added and its negative effects on physical, mental, and social well-being to that bullet. Okay. We'll move on to page number 3. Where they got very happy with adding.
And they left out a word.
You know, I'm sure when you add as much as they do, they leave out lots. So, so in the top paragraph, you'll see that in yellow, it's highlighted It says schools should create opportunities for unstructured play, i.e. brain and screen breaks, independent play, play clubs, etc., to support physical, social, and academic development and outcomes, and emphasize the importance of digital wellness, i.e. limited screen time and healthy screen habits, which could increase physical activity. They moved down to paragraph 3. They did strike the objective of the physical education program. They struck objective of, and it reads, the physical education curriculum will promote. The last sentence of that paragraph reads, the curriculum, it says, the curriculum supports the essential components of physical education, but they marked out supports, so
There's no verb.
there's no verb. So, what would you guys like to add in place of supports?
Meets, enhances, or enacts.
Okay, I got meets, enhances, or enacts. Anybody else have any opinions about what that could be? Okay,
Will support.
Oh, Wilson.
okay,
Okay.
So that they changed it to, or recommended.
okay, we'll change it to will support.
That's one.
I think that's saying the same thing that Ms. Hurst is trying to say.
What was the word that replaced it?
Support was marked, was deleted, and we're gonna add will support in its place.
Okay,
So
thank
it will
you.
read, the curriculum will support essential components of physical education.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am?
Just left out the will.
All right, and then we get to other activities to promote student wellness. And that is all in yellow, and I'm not going to read it unless you want me to. I will let you read it.
Do you have questions about this now?
I'm going to let everybody read it on this question. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Omer, are
Okay.
you concluding this?
All right, does anybody have any questions about what you, yes, ma'am, Ms. Hurst.
Okay, on the first paragraph,
First paragraph, okay?
in the yellow, it says schools in the district will coordinate content across curricular areas that promote student health, such as teaching nutrition concepts and mathematics, with consultation provided by either the school or the district's curriculum specialists.
Okay.
Do we have those?
We have a school, and that person would have to be the school principal or his or her designee.
Could we add or principal
Mhm.
or designee? I mean,
Yes, ma'am, we can.
okay, thank you. And then on the second one, it says ensuring the involvement of the district wellness committee. Is there a district wellness committee? I apologize, but I
Not
do not
currently,
know.
because this is new.
Oh, it's new.
Yes, ma'am, this is a new.
So that will be
All of
appointed.
this is new, yes, ma'am. Everything in yellow here would be. So we would have to create a district. Wellness committee, which we will do as soon as this policy is posted.
I have a problem when things are told that we're going to do it and then nobody is sort of assigned to do it. It's a personal problem.
Yes, ma'am. I
Could we
understand.
add to be formed in August, or to be formed by the superintendent and his designee, or the principals, whatever it's going to be?
We can add,
Well, I think, as far as Mr. Ulmer, you know, it's the authority and the role of the superintendent to appoint these committees with this wellness committee. And I think, Mr. Ulmer, it would help if you would, after you make the appointments and create this committee, that you just provide the board a list of those who were on the committee. I think that would satisfy, the board.
That'd be
Okay.
nice, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
And y'all, board members, remember, this is first reading.
Does anybody have any other questions? We'll move on to page 5 real quick. And you'll notice in the first paragraph, "or the" is struck out, "will be," is put in its place. And then, next to the last paragraph, they added supports student wellness, physical, social, and digital, and that paragraph. Any questions about anything else in this policy?
I have a question.
Okay?
At the very first page, it talks about, it's highlighted, using the smarter lunchroom techniques. I just did a quick search on that, and it looks like some interesting concepts and some interesting ideas. Do we get any additional funding for doing that, or is that something we're already doing to some
Yeah,
degree?
a lot of these things I think we're already doing.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay?
Okay. I'm sorry, but on page 4, for example, it's in the third paragraph, community health promotion and family engagement. Families will be informed and invited to participate in school-sponsored activities and will receive information about health promotion efforts. I'm just concerned that they're saying we're going to do this, but
Unfortunately, they said we have to do a lot of things that we don't get funded for, so.
well, I'm not especially asking for funding. It could be whoever is designated, you know.
Well, I think when we create the committees, then
Okay,
that's
that's
what we'll
fine.
be on.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay?
And they would typically, when you have committees like this, they have meetings, and those meetings have agendas and minutes, sign-in sheets. And, I mean, if there needs to be proof that the administration is doing something, I'm sure that would be more than adequate proof that, the administration is doing what they're supposed to.
Thank you.
All right, here are the recommendations from the superintendent regarding the district wellness policy, ADF, district wellness. What can I get a motion from the board for first reading?
Mr. Porter,
Yes, ma'am?
I move that we approve for first reading the new policy or the revised policy ADF with some of the inclusions and phrases that we have said. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hurst. We've got a motion from Ms. Hurst. Do I have a second?
Second.
Yeah, I think we have a motion, second from Ms. Eccles and maybe Ms. Bloom.
Yes.
If that's the case, thank you, ladies. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor of approval of district policy ADF, district wellness, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hear none, and that policy is approved for first reading. Next on the agenda is first reading for Bamberg County School District Policy Section J, JFAB, excuse me, admission of non-resident students, inter-district transfers, and JFA-R, which is the administrative rule for admission of non-resident students, inter-district transfers. Mr. Palmer.
Okay, before I get into this, I want to make sure we're all on the same page about what JFAB is and what it's not. JFAB is like Mr. Porter said, is dealing with admission of non-resident students. These are inter-district transfers. These would be kids trying to come from Allendale, kids trying to come from Orangeburg, or kids trying to come from College. This is not kids trying to move from Denmark's attendance zone to Bamberg's attendance zones, okay? That's inter-district, that should be intra-district. And that's policy JFABC, okay? So So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page about this. These are only kids who are trying to come into our county. This is a policy that most superintendents are not real happy about right now. This kind of being pushed. It's being pushed by the State Department. Okay. There's a lot of things in here that a lot of people have lots of questions about, but I would really like to try to get through this first reading so we can kind of move forward. And as I get more information from the state on this, because they're still butting heads right now in Columbia about this, but they want us to have it in place by August, so we have to have 2 readings. I'm gonna give you just a second to look through. I know you've looked through it. These are not highlighted. I will tell you that the state is really wanting us to kind of open up our doors and allow more people from out of our district to enter our district. I know we have always been very selective about who we allow in our district. I will tell you that that in this, obviously, students who come from outside of our district have to pay tuition unless they have a family member or a parent who is a staff member in our district. We allow those kids to come here free of charge. There's some military exemptions that we allow kids to come in our district who may not live in our district, or they are allowed sometimes to come in free of charge. Sometimes we have some students who are McKinney-Vento who may go to school here, who may be placed with a foster home that may be allowed to come to school here. So there's some extenuating circumstances for kids outside of our district that we allow to come into our district to go to school here. But this JFAB, once again, is the policy that speaks to admission of non-resident students, inter-district transfers. JFAB-R, the rule, actually on the second page, gives us some options as to why we can deny these students, okay? Lack of available capacity, if we don't have the room, okay? Now, it speaks about capacity in JFAB, okay? All right, so just so we're all on the same page, the state says that you can have up to 20 kids in a pre-K class. The state says that once you get to first and second and third grade, then you can have 30 kids in a class. Once you get to fourth and fifth grade, you can have 30 kids in an English language arts or a math class, but you can have 35 kids in a class that's not English language arts or math. So they start up in the numbers, okay? As you notice, the state pays according to what they see as being a full classroom. That's how they fund us as well. It's based on full classrooms. A lot of this is we really have no say-so over. They're coming in and they're trying to really give kids more opportunities to come here, especially now that they have scholarship money. The kids are that is available to kids. So, anyways, we have quite a few kids who come here now, inter-district. If you look at, like I said, I think it's page 2 in the rule. It talks a little bit about we can deny requests, reasons including but not limited to lack of available capacity. So we don't have room. Excessive unlawful absences of more than 10 days for elementary and middle school students and more than 5 days for 90-day semester courses. In excess of 10 days for 180-day courses in high school students. So if you've got a student who is truant or who has a history of being truant, you can deny them access. Student with disciplinary history level, goodness gracious, I'm having a hard time talking right. Student of disciplinary history or of level 3 disciplinary offenses in the previous school year. A level 3 would be drugs. It would be a weapon. That's your level 3 offenses, okay? So that could keep somebody out. Or if they accumulated 5 or more days of suspensions. Okay, a fight is a 5-day suspension. In our school district, if you have a vape and it's got THC in it, that's a 5-day suspension, okay? History of expulsion, that can be a disqualifier. Or a failure to meet specialized program requirements. If we can't meet the requirements that you may need, we can also deny you access. All right, so if we have a student who requests coming in, and we deny them, we have to give them a reasoning in writing as to why we have denied them. We have to place them on a wait list. If they if they met all the criteria. In other words, if they weren't a behavior issue, if they weren't a truant student. If we simply didn't have space, okay, we would have to give them an option. That option would be, we can provide you a space in another school. So if you requested to come to Richard Carroll Elementary School in the 4th grade, and we have too many kids in the 4th grade and we don't have room, we can allow you to attend Delmarva Elementary School in the 4th grade, okay? So we can give you that option, and if you choose not to take that option, then we place you back on the wait list, or leave you on the wait list, okay? There's also a piece in here about if we deny you access, not place you on a wait list, but if we deny you, it is allowed, it can come before the board. And I will find that for you right now. That is in actual JFAB. Okay. And it talks about, I think it is on page,
Well, it's on the second page of the one with R.
I'm sorry, Dawn, I've got so many papers in front of me here.
Excuse me, Mr. Roman.
Approval and
The
denial
second
criteria.
page.
Second page of
The one with
JFAB.
R.
Okay, so JFAB-R, second page.
Second paragraph.
Second paragraph. Okay, it says if the district denies the application, the notice will include a clear explanation of the reason for the denial and the right to appeal. So they have a right to appeal to you, and it goes on to say that they'll, okay?
These are wrong.
They have to appeal to you guys in writing, okay? You would meet at the next normally scheduled meeting. It wouldn't have to be a special call meeting. And then you would have up to 10 days after that meeting to make a decision about whether you accepted their request to enter our district or if you upheld the denial. So, does anybody have any questions about this?
Okay, I think it's on the very, at one point, they talk about an application. Let me see which page it is. It's on the second page without the R.
Okay,
First line of the paragraph.
okay,
Second paragraph, parents, legal guardians of non-resident students seeking admission into the district school may apply for an inter-district transfer, blah, blah. I suggest that we make this will or must. I think that it shouldn't be optional. And furthermore, I think that the parent should indicate a reason why they would like their student to come to this school.
okay.
That's my opinion.
So you want us to change schools may apply to schools
Or
will
shall,
apply?
or will, or whatever, right?
And you also want us to add to our application form asking them why they would like to apply?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions for Mr. Ullman?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I did read through this, and so this process, is it going to start this school year or next school year?
26, 27 school year. They're going to effect.
Because it said that, it goes into effect after February 1st, and then they have up to 90 days, so
Right.
that,
So it will start this school year, but it will start at the end of the year. It will start,
okay, so it's gonna
it
be
will
next
start, it will actually be
February.
27, the end of the school year for the 27, 28.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you're right.
And I also have a question. This draft for JFAB is completely different, well, very, very different from our current policy. Would our current policy be voided and replaced with this entirely?
Entirely replaced with this,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
And it does state that a lot of this information is gonna be put on the website, is that
Yes, ma'am.
correct?
Has to be.
Do we have a place on our website where that would fit right now, or are we gonna have to create a, do we know?
Our guru will find a place. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We don't have a choice.
I don't have any questions. I just have great concern at the possibility of larger class sizes. I come from the generation when sometimes there were 32 to 35 kids in a classroom, and sometimes you had kids in 4 rows going all the way to the back. And the farther they are away from you, the less engaged. They have become so accustomed to screens and all of that kind of stuff. Teachers already have competition, and now you're gonna put this many more kids in front of yours, and yours may not be one that's that attentive. And I just see this as being very problematic,
Yes,
my
ma'am.
opinion.
I think that is a shared opinion in this room and across the state, especially amongst superintendents and school board members. And I'm sure principals and teachers as well.
And actually, there is one other thing. It's on the second page of the JFAB.
Okay.
It's near the bottom, and it says that one thing about spaces availability will be given to students of currently enrolled schools in the same school.
Okay?
Well,
I think that means same school system. I don't think that means same school building, if that's what you're asking.
okay,
So
I
if you've got a
understood
child
as
at Richard Gallagher
building.
Elementary School, and you've got another student who
At the
is
high school.
trying to go to middle school, yes, ma'am, that we would.
Well,
we
could
try to
we
work you in.
possibly add the word district? Some school district?
We can't say district. We'd have to say maybe,
In the same district?
well, Bamberg County School District is a district, and that is all 6 schools, or all 4 schools.
I know, but this is talking about a student who's currently enrolled
Right.
in the district.
Mhm.
And then the sibling, the younger sibling that or the older one that wants to go, but they, you know,
But we're talking about students who are coming from outside of the district into the district.
I know, but I'm talking about a family.
So I mean, if you had one kid, you know, in elementary school that's coming into the district, that's going to Richard Carroll,
All the other kids won't necessarily go to Richard
You would give
Carroll.
priority, I guess, to that middle school student that's wanting to go to Bamberg, Earhart Middle.
I don't
You
read
know, the
it that
thing we
way.
need to understand and keep in mind with this policy, it talks about capacity. And I hear what Ms. Griffin is saying. I mean, you know, I was teaching too. And Ms. Griffin, I taught several classes with 32, 34 students. And, you know, those bigger classes, the kids get lost. So, you know, you got to remember, you know, that if we don't have the capacity,
I
according to this
understand that.
policy, we don't necessarily have to take them. And if I'm correct, am I correct, Mr. Ullman, in that interpretation?
If we don't have the capacity, we do not.
But
But I
that-
also understand what Ms. Hurst is saying. We'll look at that language
Okay,
and try
thank
to
you.
make it fit. Yes, ma'am. She just wants us to be specific about the fact that when it's asking if we currently have a student who is an inter-district student and they have a sibling who is requested to come into our district, that they be placed in the same, not necessarily maybe the same school building, but in the same school
District.
system or town, I would guess is what she's trying to say. Just so both kids are in the same town,
Thank
whether it's
you.
Bamberg or Denmark. We'll look at that language.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Almond, I had one question just
Okay.
about the capacity where it's saying I think in the rule where it's talking about that the capacity will now need to be posted on the website.
Right.
So will that just be like how we get our monthly reports from each school about, you know, the numbers? Is that just gonna be posted or is it gonna be something different?
Has to be posted. We will still inform you each month on what our school attendance looks like. We have to look at that and try to figure out exactly how they want us to.
That
Come
might
up
be
with
by the
that.
fire rating.
Well, we don't necessarily really have a fire rating.
Fire department
class-
doesn't say how many people you can have in the building.
The only places we have where it lists how many people can be in the building is in our gyms.
Okay.
Nowhere else in our schools, on our plans, none of those places. We're gonna have to go class by class and
Brand new.
determine what grade level that is. And we're gonna have to look at what the state's telling us about what can be in that class, and we're gonna have to tally all that up. That's how we're gonna have to figure out what our capacity is. So it's gonna be a headache. The State Department is not worried about
No.
our headaches,
Nope.
or what's best for our
That's
kids.
their job. Create a headache.
Do you have any more questions about these policies? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, any other questions, Mr. Ullman? All right, here's the recommendation from the superintendent regarding policy JFAB, addition of non-resident students, inter-district transfers, and JFAB-R, the administrative rules concerning administration of non-resident students, inter-district transfers. What's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the first reading of policy JFAB and policy JFAB-R.
Thank you. We have a motion from Ms. Eccles. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Have a second from Ms. Coker. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor of approving signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, and that is approved. Next on the agenda is visitors' comments, and Mr. Ulmer, did you see if anybody signed up for
There aren't.
visitors' comments?
There are now.
There are none.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, next is executive session. I will entertain a motion, to enter the executive session, to discuss personnel budget 2026, 2027, to discuss employment personnel matters related to recommendations for hire, recommendations for resignation, and discuss matters related to release of students. What is the pleasure of the board about entering executive session?
Mr. Porter, I
Yes,
move,
ma'am.
I move that we move into executive session to discuss personnel, budget 2026, 2027, to discuss employment personnel matters related to personnel recommendations for hire and for resignation, and to discuss matters related to release of students.
Thank you. We have a motion from Ms. Hurst. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from all over the room. I think it was Ms. Bloom and Ms. Eccles.
Ms. Griffin?
Griffin. Any discussion? All those in favor of moving into executive session signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, we're entering executive session.
We're live.
All right, board members, I'll entertain the motion that we, exit executive session and, enter open session.
Mr. Chairman, I move that
Yes, ma'am.
we exit executive session and enter open session at this time.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion by Ms. Hurst. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Ms. Bloom. Thank you. All those, any discussion? All those in favor of entering open session signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, we're in open session. I will entertain motions for actions in executive session.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion that we accept the personnel recommendations for hire for positions A through C.
Okay, thank you. Do you have another motion or do you want to?
Yes, and then I make a motion that we accept the release of students for students 1 through 19.
Okay. Ms. Eccles, did I hear you say that you were also recommending the personal recommendations for resignation? Well, I don't think there were any.
There weren't any. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that for me. All right, thank you. We have a motion by Ms. Eccles. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second, and I'm not sure who that.
Griffin.
Thank you. We have a second from Ms. Griffin. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving these recommendations signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Those are approved. There was no action on discuss personnel budget 2027. All right, next on the agenda is the motion to adjourn.
I think it's
I will entertain a
your
motion
turn.
to adjourn.
Make the
Mr. Court,
Oh,
I move that we adjourn.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. We have a motion from Ms. Tucker. Do I have a second?
Second. Bamberg.
Second from someone.
Bamberg.
Who was it?
Bamberg, Mr. Chair.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Bamberg. Good to see you, my friend. Ms. Bamberg. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, sir.
For being so patient.